Let's dive into our first check-in with Camelia and her new equine partner, Brookdale Gia. Camelia has a trainer sponsor, and we want to give a special thank you to CCM Enterprises Limited for their generosity and support.
Good girl, good girl.
Well, she just arrived. It's a mare, so I'm opening my letter here. Wow, this is very exciting. Her name is Brookdale Gia. She's 12 years old, pacing bred. She has had 37 starts, 3 wins, $3,300 in earnings, and she's had 5 foals. I'm excited to get started. Stand up. Come on, big girl. Yes, good girl. Well, she's very sweet, a little bit pushy, and when I'm grooming her, every once in a while she kind of wants to get in my space and get a little nippy. So good things to know. She picks up her feet well. She seems to like to be loved on. And she doesn't like to back up. That's probably about all I'm gonna be doing with her today. Just checked her over for any cuts from the trailer. She looks really good. And she's settled down right away, put her in the stall, went right to eating. So yeah, I'm probably gonna leave her alone, and then we'll do a little bit of groundwork tomorrow. So we did this one other time. Before I take her and hook her up to any cross ties or anything, I just want to make sure that she's thinking about standing still, and then if she steps back and puts some tension on the line, I want her to realize, okay, I've got to step forward to release that pressure. She does well with it so far. And I'll just wait for her to relax here again, because she's heard something now, so she's thinking. There. Perfect. Yes.
We are incredibly thrilled to have a title sponsor for our 2024 Reinventing Racehorses Trainers Challenge. Our winner's circle sponsor is Manitoulin Resort. This gorgeous resort on the shores of beautiful Lake Manitou is a family and staff-operated resort who put their hearts and souls into this beautiful retreat. Guests can choose between 6 deluxe housekeeping cottages, a bunkie for those who like to glam, or a camping vacation. In the spring, they cater to the fishermen who fish for trophy lake trout as soon as the ice leaves the lake. Summer brings families to the resort to enjoy a memorable vacation. Manitoulin is a unique place where ancient native legends combine with historic sites and beautiful scenery to provide an unforgettable vacation experience. The pace of life is slower and more simple here, allowing for a peaceful, relaxing holiday atmosphere. To book your unforgettable stay, call today at 705-859-3550.
All right, so first day we didn't do a whole lot. We worked a little bit on halting when I halt and backing up off of pressure. She was not a big fan of backing up. And I ended up just putting this rope halter on with a couple of knots over her nose here, just to give her something to think about. She can be a little bit bracy, so I find this has really helped to break up the pressure and get her to move away from pressure instead of hold into it. So first day we kind of worked on that halting, backing off of pressure, and then I started to ask her a little bit about moving her haunches away from me and moving her shoulder. Second day, if she gets a little bit too up when I'm leading her, she has a tendency to put her shoulder into me, which obviously is not super safe and is a good way to get run over. So, not that I think she'd do that, but you know, you've got to install the buttons that you want to have on a horse, right? So we decided to right away get started with some side passing away from me, and I introduced that on the wall to give her something in front of her so that she wasn't walking out of the pressure. She picked that up super quick. So yeah, we've kind of been playing with just adding those behaviors together so that we can get her lunging. I've started to introduce a lunge circle. We do a little bit of walking and then making sure she's paying attention to my space on the circle. And if she's getting crowdy, I just kind of step into her space and make her take a step out. And what else have we done, girly? What else have we done? And then when she's getting the hang of respecting my space on the circle, I've been asking her to pick up a trot. She's been really good about offering a trot kind of right away. The only time she falls into a pace is when she loses her balance. So she hits the end of my line and she meets that tension. Then she falls out of balance, falls into a pace for a step or two, and then she just kind of comes right back into a trot. So pretty happy about that. Makes my life easier. So yeah, I guess I'll show you a little bit about the drills we've been going through. Just kind of getting her to realize I am in control of her feet and she's got to be paying attention because I could ask her at any moment to kind of do something. Yeah. Especially because when she does get outside, she gets a little bit more aware of everything that's happening around her, and I need her to be paying attention to me in those situations because of safety. So yeah, I'll just show you a little bit kind of what we've been doing. Hopefully you can see from this corner. So first thing we're working on is just whenever I'm leading her, if I ask for a halt, she's got a halt. And then her back up. There, good girl. Then from there we got into moving her hip. So if I put pressure into her hip, she's got to yield both sides. And then we added in, and here she already wants to fall into that circle, because that's what we've been working on. And then that's our little bit of side passing that we've been doing. She's a little bit stiffer for this side. And then she's thinking very forward. Whenever we get lunging, she's starting to get a little bit worried about it. And then when I ask her to change direction, she gets a little bit crowdy. So I'm starting to ask her to back up when I'm not pulling on her, when I'm standing away. So like here, I would start that from here. So there, and then from there, I'd ask her to move her shoulder. There, good, there. And then walk out on this circle. And then this way, I find she's too close. Then I'm just going to step up, step her out, and then leave her alone. Good. It's kind of, she's not fully in frame, but good. And then good mare. Yes, good girl. Good girl. Good. So I'll ask her, feel the haunches. Good. And then here, before I change direction, I'm going to back her. There, so that she's thinking back. Good. There, she's got a little stuck. Good. Good. And then I'm going to make it really clear I want her shoulders. There's a good girl. Good. 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 Just for the fun of it. Step her out a little bit. There, good girl. Good. Come on. Good mare. Good. Good girl. Yes. Good girl. Good girl. There. And then right over here, we'll after that, heel. There, good girl. Oh. There. Nice mare. Nice mare. Good. There. And then we'll ask her to change direction. So I lead with my hand and then step her shoulder across. Now here she's a little crowdy. So I'm going to step in here. There, now let her out. And still a little bit. There, good girl. Good. Okay. Come on. Good man. Good man. Again, feel conscious, and then there. And then one more time, lead with my hand, shoulder. Very good. Good. And trot off. Yeah, good girl. Good. There. Good girl. Good girl. Good mare. And hold. And then I just kind of wait around for her to relax a little bit. Because she's not, we've been doing this, so she's not super tense, but she is just like hanging out there waiting for something to happen. So when I give her the cue to just rest for a minute, I just kind of wait until she actually displays some signs of relaxation and that she's paying attention to me. Because there's a horse in that stall over there, she gets distracted by him a lot. Making sure that my posture is relaxed. Right, so she's taken everything really well today and relaxing quite a bit. So we're gonna go see what she thinks about having a saddle get thrown around her. Yeah. Hello, hello. All right, well, hopefully it goes well. Come on, lady. Let her come up here, take a look at this stuff. And same thing, I'm just gonna kind of let this stuff flap around a little bit. And come up over here, let it touch her. And whenever she's unsure, if she wants to check in and see what it is, she's more than welcome to. So that worried her a little bit, so I'll do that again. Good there. Same thing, I want it to touch her all over. Perfect. And I'm not expecting her to be that worried about it. I mean, she did race, so she's used to stuff getting thrown over her, but it's good to double check these things. And the weight might be a little different. So that's up on her. I'm gonna allow her to walk around a little bit with that on. And just kind of let her think about that. And I'll just walk her through the same exercise we've been doing. So when I ask her to walk, she comes up here, walks up here with me. If I ask her to halt, she's got to halt. If I ask her a rein back, she's got to step back. And then we can play around with her shoulder. Good girl. And yield the haunches. Good mare. Other shoulder. Walk up. Good. Yield. Perfect. Very nice. The other thing I don't want her to freak out about is if it drops off the side of her. So I'll start over here. I'm just going to move it around a little. And then we'll just take it down. Perfect. And then same thing, we did it on one side, so we got to do it on the other. Same exact thing. Just let it kind of touch her all over. She doesn't like that. Good. Slide it back in place. What about if I slide it up on her bum? Come back in place. Good. And then if it comes down. Good. So she's fine about that. I'm going to check to make sure she's fine about it coming over the other side. Because I'm on this side, she's expecting something to happen over here. But if something happens on her other side, what's her reaction to that? Nothing. And we'll do it over here too. Good girl. So that's about as perfect as that could be. Let's see what she thinks about this saddle. So, I'm gonna let her take a look at it here. So she's taking this all in stride, but I don't want her to bottle up any tension. Because that's where we can get her getting a little bit risky. So I'm going to keep a nice loose hold on her here. If she wants to move around, she can. And I'm just going to kind of swing it a little bit. And then we're just going to take a second. Swing it. Nice and gentle. There. Now, I'm not going to cinch that off on her. Because I want her to get used to it moving around before it gets tied on. I'm moving around a little on her. Alright. And she can walk off with it. Now, when I do this, I want to make sure I'm not directly in front of her, just in case it feels weird, she moves forward too fast, anything like that. So, and she's really thinking about this hard. She's not really sure about this. So here, walk on now. Perfect. I'll let her walk around for a minute. Good. Yeah, she's not really liking that. That's all right. And then hold. Perfect. And a rein back. Perfect. Good mare. Okay. So, move her hip a little bit. Yes, good girl. Good. Move this hip. Good. Good. And yeah, really not that worried about that. So, pull this up off her. I cinch quickly, but not aggressively. And then I'm gonna let her move her feet a little bit. So, reach under there. And before I tighten it up, I'm gonna let her feel it come around her belly a little bit. Good. And I'm not going to tighten it up until I'm able to tie it off. So keep things nice and gentle for her. Tighten it up a little bit. Let it drop. Good. Expression here, because if she takes some big steps out of here, I want to be okay. All right, so I haven't tightened it up a whole lot, but enough that it's not gonna slide off the side of her. Good. Like that she's still thinking about this. Good. All right. And then same exact drill. I'm going to ask her to walk off and perform her behaviors that I've been working on the last 2 days. Good. So we walked off, no problem. Good. Yes. Good. And move. Yes. Like that. Like that. Good. Tighten it up a little bit more here. I'm just gonna grab my little whip and we'll see if we can do a little bit of trot with the saddle on. Come on, girl. Good. So I'm gonna ask her to back up. There, and then shoulder. Yes, good girl. I'll let her walk a circle here too. Good. Good. And then I won't add any energy unless she's showing that she's relaxed. So here, her legs are swinging through really nice, head down. Good. All right. Good there. She's super unsure about that. Good girl. Good. And same thing, I want to keep her trot flowy. Good. I love that her ear is right back at that saddle. She's like, oh, I'm not sure about this, guys. Good girl. And I'm just going to keep this steady motion forward. Good. Good. And more. Yes. Good mare. Good mare. her to turn her haunches, because after I turn her haunches, I'm gonna back her up. And that's a moment that could add a little bit of tension if she's already stressed. So right here, yield her haunches, and then back her up. Here, she's getting a little sideways. Okay. Good. There, and then her shoulder. Okay. Good mare. Good. And then just keeping an eye on her shoulder, rib, and haunches, kind of all the time. Good mare. Here she's a little bit stressed out. I'm gonna let her walk a few more circles. She's not got a nice big walk, but she's holding a lot of tension through her head and neck. And she's kind of sideways. There, good girl. Good girl. Good. So she's stretching out a little bit, getting a feel for that. Good. Good. All right. So let's up the pace. Perfect. Perfect. Good. 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 Yes, good mare. Good. And now I'm just going to let her rest for a second. So we've got a little bit of licking and chewing, a big sigh. I'd like to see her head come down a little bit more. And I'd love to see her eye relax a little bit. Keeping my posture relaxed. Yes. That was perfect. Good there, good there. I'm not going to leave it on super long here because I want her to have this nice, short, sweet, saddle didn't bother me at all type of thing, type of interaction with this saddle. The only other thing I'm going to run through here is our side passing before I take it off, because I want her to feel that. Yeah, so, yes, and I don't need much. Okay, so I'm going to move her shoulder. Yeah, oh. And then right from there, I'll walk into her. Perfect. And then just let her stand there for a minute. Good. Good. Okay, and then I'm going to throw this whip because I don't need it anymore. Oh gosh, it just went flying. What the heck? Good mare. Good. Okay. And we'll just take it off.
Camelia and Brookdale Gia are off to an amazing start, and so thorough in sharing her methods, it was almost heartbreaking to cut down some of the videos for timing. Thank you, Camelia. You are wonderful. We cannot wait to see what next week brings.